Grimes leaves it for Torp. And he's gone directly towards Waterstrom, and it's in! Bobby Thomas was there for Coventry City. Derby County couldn't deal with it. A ball in that caused chaos and got the ultimate reward.
Well, they were the masters of this type of situation at the back end of last season, and so many times Thomas came up with big goals. It's just a brilliant ball in, and it ricochets off the goalkeeper. I'm not even sure if it goes in off Thomas. This will give us a better indication. It does, ricochets the chest off the head. It doesn't matter, it's Thomas's goal, but the ball in just caused absolute mayhem in that Derby rearguard, and yet another goal for the central defender.
Maybe in many years' time, Bobby Thomas will be telling members of his family he scored a bullet header against Derby County. Certainly not one that was planned the way it went in, but they all count, and Coventry City lead on the road.
Yeah, you love the ball in as an attacking player, defender or striker, from a set piece, attacking that across the eye line of the goalkeeper. A little bit unsure of whether he should come and claim. It was the
county response then. Corner is swung over towards their number 4, Danny Bart, trying to replicate what his opposite number did at the other end.
Brilliant touch.
Elder with pace, and it's in! All the way in! Whip and bend, and there was no Coventry response to it. And the Derby County riposte is swift. 1-1.
Well, incredibly, after Ward did something exactly the same at the Hawthorns in the week from the opposite side, Elder with an absolute replica of his teammate's goal. It's a beauty. Left foot, pace, direction. I think you always look at the goalkeeper, but credit Callum Elder for a brilliant bit of individual skill, great technique. To go and take it on.
Now Coventry City want their lead back. Hadji Wright thought about hitting it, then eventually did take it on and didn't really get hold of it.
He makes a mess of the left-footed effort. A little bit surprised he turned down the opportunity to strike right-footed. Yes, the angle's not great, but you can see 3 Derby players in front of him by the time he gets the strike away.
Gets back to his feet. Mason Clark moving it on nicely. Ball over towards right. Elder heads it away. The danger isn't cleared though, and that's a penalty. Mason Clark's legs whipped away from under him. And despite the Derby County protest, there's another twist in the tail inside 23 minutes here.
Well, firstly, the approach play is brilliant from De Silva and then from Mason Clark. And he doesn't stand and admire it. He gets on the second ball. I actually felt that Nyambe was probably going to recover. The touch had gone a little bit away from Mason Clark, but Sanderson committed to the challenge. I think Mason Clark was aware that there was a challenge about to come in. Derby players not happy. It looked like a penalty, didn't it? Live, and Hadji Wright, the man that's going to take on the pressure.
Well, Derby County not happy about the decision, but Hadji Wright has to clear his mind of every Coventry City. And amid the chaos of the opening 20 minutes or so, a finish of composure. And Coventry City have their lead back.
Yeah, when it struck that forcefully and goes high, doesn't really matter that it's not in the corner. Goalkeeper's not going to save that. And he'll be pleased to be up and running, Hadji Wright. The right decision, but maybe just when it's slowed down, I think Efron Mason Clark maybe made the most of it. Hadji Wright not going to turn down the opportunity to get his first goal of the season.
And he generally is unflappable from the penalty spot. Did miss one in a 2-1 defeat against Southampton a couple of seasons back. Gavin Bazunu in the Southampton goal doing his job that day. But Haji Wright very clear with his objectives there. And Coventry City lead 2-1 with 25.
Such is his style.
Down goes Rodoni. It was Ozo who eventually brought him down. The ball is fired home really well by Victor Torp, but the whistle had long gone.
It had, and it probably shouldn't have. I mean, Derby have obviously stopped. It probably doesn't end up as a goal, but Torp strike it nice and cleanly. It's a brilliant, forceful run from...
It is Torp, and it moved a fair bit before eventually being gathered in by a relieved goalkeeper. Mulder steps back with authority and then leaves it for Thompson. And it just sailed a little too high, but had potential to be another stunner.
Lovely strike, caught it beautifully. Just a fraction too high, really moved. Just couldn't get dipping underneath the crossbar.
Forward by Clark. This is Jackson. Managing to poke it out towards Nyambe, who fancies it. And it was worth a hit. Rushworth had to turn it round the corner.
Well, I can't believe he's taking it on, more for me, because he gets brilliant purchase behind it.
Determined. In by Nyambe. Clark is there. Was that a hand? Derby County screaming for it. It certainly looked like it from here, and Anthony Backhouse eventually points to the spot.
That the delivery was coming, and quickly. A peripheral figure in this afternoon's game so far, an opportunity to get.
It is Morris. It is 2-2. It is 2-2 for Carlton Morris in the Championship in Derby County colours. And it has been a fast, frantic, frenetic first half, which looks now like it's going to end on as even.
Yeah, really nice penalty. Just sits Rushworth down, pops it the opposite direction, and yeah, it will do him the world of good. Such an indifferent 12 months at Luton. Really looked exhausted by the end of the previous campaign. Watches the goalkeeper go, and great way to start the season for him, scoring goals.
Well, he enjoyed that. And if you're not a fan of either of these clubs, then hopefully you've enjoyed the first half, because there's been plenty to pick through. Positives and negatives for both teams in the first period. And we are just seconds away from the whistle. And from...
I'm trying to get that to complement the more statuesque Morris, the more physical Morris, who can win those headers and tussle with the centre-halves.
Elder's throw with plenty of movement in the middle. Adams is going to hit it! And it trickles in! Well, after a crazy first half, the second half is up and running all too swiftly for Coventry City's liking. Derby County hitting the front this time. 3-2 they lead.
Yeah, and another set piece, another ball into the box that's not dealt with by defence. A lot of movement. The Derby County players half cleared by Thomas, and he's falling backwards, and he does brilliantly to control it. Just gets the perfect direction on it, really. Almost limps over the line, but he won't care. Just spins into the bottom right-hand corner, and they love him at Pride Park.
The second half picks up where the first half left off. The goal scoring continues at Pride Park. Dan's heading for a big win. 19 minutes away from victory. Coventry City needs something here. Van Evijk with a throw. Thomas is there! And will it be scrambled in? It will! Brandon Thomas Asante made sure. Bobby Thomas with the initial header. Coventry City get goal number 6 of the game, and we're locked level again.
That aggression, determination from Coventry defenders once more coming to the fore. He just wants it a little bit more than the opposition. I think it must be offside they're appealing for. He looks okay, doesn't he? When he pokes it in, he's completely unopposed, Thomas Asante, but he's behind, certainly, Nyambe when he makes his dart, and that's a nice one to thrash into the roof of the net. Themselves there to just go and get on his toes, just stop him moving.
Evike in towards Ephron Mason-Clark, and in double quick time, Coventry City edge ahead in this crazy game. From behind to in front, in a flash.
Well, he's had a quieter second half, Mason-Clark, but he comes up with a huge moment for the Sky Blues, and it's just 2 peaches. Look at that from Kitching. Elder's sleeping. Van Eyck just supplies the most perfect of crosses. Look at that. Kitching left to right. Van Eyck steams ahead of Elder, and he puts it on a plate for Mason-Clark, who steers it into the near post beautifully. Brilliant Coventry goal. The pick of the bunch, probably.
12 minutes remaining. We still haven't had a single change in personnel. As these two sides slug it out looking for the 3 points. Brandon Thomas Asante is there. It'll drop for Van Eyck. And now Torp with room and a goal! And that one might well take the game away from Derby County. Goal number 8 of this titanic tussle may well be telling.
Well, he's looked like a class operator all afternoon, from the first goal of the game where he put in that brilliant delivery. Once again, it's Kitchen looking to prise open Derby County, and the lack of intensity now from the Rams. Nobody gets out to the ball, closes it down. We know from what we've seen so far today how clean a ball Victor Torp strikes. And you know this is going to be with quality, and afforded that amount of space. 2 touches to set, finds the bottom corner, kissing inside of the post. Brilliant strike, and that, I say, without any conviction, should be that.
Well, 7 minutes ago, Derby County were 3-2 up.